When you read, it's important to visualize or create pictures in your mind. Creating a mental image of people, places, things, and events can help you understand the story you are reading. Let's watch a short film about the Klondike Gold Rush. Then we will use words to help us visualize images from the story. In 1896, gold was found in the Klondike River, located in the Yukon Territory in Canada. Miners and ordinary people joined one of the biggest gold rushes in history. Nearly 30,000 people rushed to the cold, snow-covered mountains of Canada to strike it rich.
A stream of men and horses are moving up the trail.
After the discovery of gold in the Klondike region, railways were built in the unsettled areas. Improvements in transportation and housing brought thousands of permanent residents, and towns grew. Getting to the gold-filled areas was the most difficult part of settling into the Yukon. The journey for most explorers was hard due to the harsh weather, snowy trails, and steep, icy mountains. Gold miners had to travel through raging cold rivers. The rivers were so rough that the boats broke into pieces, and many miners lost all of their belongings and supplies.
Look over there, it's sunk.
After their boats sunk, these miners gave up on their dreams of finding gold. Ice and accidents stranded many food supply boats to the Klondike. Miners and other adventurers began to starve because food became scarce. In 1900, the Klondike Gold Rush was at its peak, and the amount of money collected in a year from the gold totaled $22 million. By 1906, however, the population in the Canadian territories dwindled. There was much less gold, and because of living conditions, most miners went back home. Some miners struck gold and became wealthy in the early years of the gold rush. Others returned home, just as poor as they started. Now let's take a closer look at the story of the gold rush and use words to visualize images. What kind of image can you visualize that goes along with these words? The words hardworking, tired, and weathered can help create a mental picture of a miner. What image comes to mind when you read this phrase? The journey for most miners was hard due to the harsh weather, snowy trails, and steep, icy mountains. The words harsh weather, snowy trails, and steep, icy mountains describe the conditions. When we read this phrase, we can visualize the image and understand how the miners suffered. Now listen and read along to this part of the story where a miner is talking about his journey. Can you visualize what he's talking about?
August 21st. A ceaseless stream of men and horses are moving up the trail. I stop and ask a man, what is the name of the main street? Oh, don't ask me. I've been here a week and I get lost.
By reading this diary entry, you can visualize the amount of activity in a mining town. When you read, it's important to visualize or create pictures in your mind. Creating a mental image of people, places, things, and events can help you understand the story you are reading. Write a short story about a miner. Then draw a picture to go along with your story.